For a long time now, I've not done a live video. I've not done a live session. For some time now, I've not had the time to really sit and just do videos. I had a few things that I was doing. I had some few things that were occupying me, and that's life. When you get busy, you get busy. Just do what you have to do. However, I think it's beautiful, especially with the wonderful things that they go on for community. So many things I would have talked about. So many things I should have talked about. So many things. If you give me good reason for want to have conversations. Um, yeah, I want to start for a side. I want to end for a side. You want to talk about Davido and Chioma. You want to talk about Stanley and no. You want to talk about so many things. So many wonderful, beautiful things don't they happen, and it's exciting. Exciting. It's exciting. It's actually really exciting because whether we love it or we hate it, these are the things that actually make the world interesting. Are these things that make the world interesting? Are these things that make you wake up and you feeling like, okay, I think I like what is happening. These are the things that yeah, you wake up and you feel like, I think I like what is happening. You wake up and you feel like, oh, okay, this or that, and decided I was driving yesterday and I had a call with someone. I had someone called me and they wanted to talk. And I was like, okay, since I'm driving, maybe I can give them a little bit of my time. What's up there? Let me know what you let's talk. And then this person brought up Toridi, brought up some of the things I see, some of the things I do, and especially about the elections, especially about Camto, and for some reason they find a way for connect Cam to Anonana, and they were wanting to really talk. They were wanting to actually make it look like they have something important they really want to say. And so I was like, okay, go ahead, let's talk. And oh, I don't like the way you talk about Camto. I don't like the way you drag Camto. I don't like the way. By the way, when you say I don't like the way you drag Camto, I say show me how I don't drag it. Show me one thing way I don't do him. It make him look like I dey drag you. I don't like the way you talk about him. Blah, blah. Say how which particular thing I don't talk about you. Like oh I don't really want to have that conversation. I'm just telling you what I think. I say yeah, it's actually what you think. It's not actually what is there. Or and even Onana, I don't notice you. Like Onana, blah 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 blah. I'm like, if you think I don't really like him, show me one thing I don't do or one thing I don't talk. Way it make you feel like I don't like him or if one talking about that one will stay for day because I said you just don't have any evidence. I've never said things about him. The two people, I've never said things about them that were not that were even destructive. I'll give my opinion just like any other person, but the difference between me and you is most of the times my opinion is coming from a very logical place. It's coming from an honest place. It's coming from a sincere place, from a very harmful place. And the one thing I've learned or I've noticed about our community is once your opinion is not someone else's opinion, most people tend to be like, you don't know it, you talk, get out of here. Especially when most of them feel like they're smarter than you. Most of them feel like they get sense past you. Most of them feel like they go school past you or things like that. They just feel like your opinion should not count. Well, that one I talk for another day. Today, I wanted us to talk about life. I titled the session Transactional World, and I really wanted to talk about it because when this person actually I had a conversation with this person, when they said whatever they wanted to say, explained for about 35 to 45 minutes, all I saw was them talking about things that will benefit them. All I saw was someone talking to me about things that they value. All I saw was someone talking about things that resonate with them, things that they consider important, things like it was just about them and their beliefs, them and what they feel, them and their ideas, them and forgetting that I have my ideas, also have my beliefs, also have my opinion, also. At the end of the conversation, I told the person, I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, if whatever you're saying is true and it's legal and everything, then that's fine. Because that's what I try to do every now and then when I do shows, when I talk, when I do whatever I do. I just try to be honest with myself. I try to be honest with what I'm saying, and I don't hate any person. I don't no. I'm just me. Um, brings us to why I'm actually doing this live today. It's food for thought. The segment where we just get together and we talk about something that came up randomly, something that just crossed my mind, something that and then I was just like, okay, you know what? I realized life is transactional. Life is transactional. I remember when we were growing up, my mom would tell me, "Be very careful. Don't play too rough, because if you get wound and then you leave a scar, woman they don't like you because of the scar." JPKN, woman they don't like you because of the scar. I remember growing up, my mom would say things like, "Hey, you cannot go and play with that guy." Because there is nothing you can gain from being friends with them. I remember my mom would say, "Hey, you cannot go there because which you do so go for the which you the gain them. You don't go for the which you the gain them," and things like that. Like that. I did not actually understand what she was saying until I was grown, until I was an adult. Like now, then I actually realized which be the talk, which be the child would tell me, which be the child would push them. The idea the child would put that inside my head. What does it mean when I see life is transactional? It's simple. Any person know, and every person know very well. Every person even practice that transactional way of life, where you don't go to places because you really have to go there. You go to places because there is something you're going to gain. Whether we like them or not, we all, there is nothing you do every day that is not transactional. The only difference I see, some people they know and they accept and they acknowledge it. That is how life is. In everything I'm doing, either I invest or some person they exploit me. Either I put in something or some person they put in something. Either I pour for some my cup or some person they pour for my cup. Whether we like them or not, that's what life is all about. So sometimes you can be tricked to pour into people's cup. Sometimes you intentionally pour into people's cup. Sometimes you can trick people to pour into your cup. And sometimes people can intentionally just pour into your cup. But it doesn't really matter what we do. It doesn't really matter what we see. It doesn't really matter how we want to look at it. Everything about life is transactional. Um, one time my mom called me and she needed money. And by the way, when you call, um, now that kind of person will ever go a conversation then. But when you call me, I answer the call. The name where it take and call me, where I'd like, you know how if you call something and they say, "Hey, Saku," or "Na Saku," or "Didi that," the name we go take and call me when I answer a call tells me which way you want. If you just want more story, if you just miss me and this and that, or if you want the money or something. So she calls and finally he called me. He used to call me a kundo. If you not call me a kundo, you call me my papa or my daddy or my husband. It means he wants something. So once he do that, I'm like, okay, just tell me what you want and this and that. And she was like, are you to send away to you know even if I mean we'll talk some more. And then I was like, okay. And then finally she was like, okay, I need this and this and this and this. I said, oh, okay. I'll see what I can do. Oh, how you sound so, see, now even my papa, now even my this, now even my dad, I not get no person, that. And that's why they go tell the other person they too, my elder brother and the rest of them. I don't get no person but you. This. And I was like, oh, I don't hear. I'll do what I can do. And then it just crossed my mind to my grandma before she died, even when I was really young, I was really, really young, age 12, 13. She will feed me, as in she will give me food, and then she will remind me somehow that hey, I know you're going to be the one that will take care of me when I'm old. I know you're going to be the one that will bury me. I know you're going to. She had two kids like that, me and one of my other Martin cousin. She always tell us, she always remind us that you and her are the persons that will bury me. You are the people that will take care of me when I'm old, and this and that and that. Growing up, I thought like, when you were young, I thought it was just some joke. I did not really understand these things until I even grew to the I realized my grandmother old. I started feeling that sense of responsibility. I just started to feel like I owe you something. I just started to feel like, and that was how I would try my every best to provide to her to do this and that and that and that. When she passed, It no matter how broke I was when she passed, no matter how things a bit rough and this and that, her voice in my head, now you go bury me, now you go bury me, now you go bury me. Now the only thing that will be getting in my head. So one wish I had was doing everything possible to make sure everything goes on smoothly, which was what actually happened at the end. And it was just that satisfaction I felt inside me. So when my mom said what she said the other day, I was just like, oh, okay. And then yesterday when I was talking with this guy and we're talking about something completely different from what my mom, the conversation me and my mom had, from what the relationship I had with my grandma, but I still find some common thing where it bind all these situations and together, which is people are always looking for what will please them. People are always looking for that thing that will benefit them. People are always looking for. And that's the same thing even with you. You understand? And when I start thinking deep, because that's me, sometimes I just sit and I want to think like a fool. I want to think like I'm stupid. I want to think out of the box. I just want to pick a random situation, a random scenario, and just imagine and just think and just really push my reasoning. And when it crossed my mind that this guy was actually saying all of these things because they were trying to move me over to the Camto side, or they were trying to convince me to come over to the Onana side, or they were just pushing ideas, narratives to get me to feel like, okay, what you are doing, no, you're not supposed to be over there, you're supposed to be over here. That was when it dawned on me and I was like, oh, that is life. Salo Boss Caleb, that was when I was like, that is life. So this is how it happens. It's not really about me, it's about him. And then I start thinking about many other situations now. Why people give birth to children. They'll tell you, I know I just give born you because we overlike you. Or you overlike me, you know me, nobody know me, nobody don't see me, nothing. So how did you even like me? No, people give birth to kids because they're looking for somebody who will take care of them when they are old. Transactional, right? So they bring you to the world because they know at some point in time, as they take care for you when you're small, at some point in time, you will take care for them when they don't old. That is how transactional life is. You understand? Why people get married? Oh, I'm in love. Oh, did that. At the end of the day, you get to wash your clothes, you get to warm their bed, you get to do this. You, the man, you have to go out there and hustle and bring money and buy them gifts and buy them all the beautiful things and all these wonderful things and blah, blah, blah. Transactional, right? When you go to look for a job, you go in there knowing fully well there is something that that person has that I need, that they have that I need. And while you come there and you say you're looking for a job, they're looking at you like they don't want to use you, but then they're in their mind, they're like, okay, is it really good enough for me to use? And that is how they'll bring you in, knowing fully well that we are going to exploit this one, we are going to squeeze him very well and get whatever we can get from them. You also in your own corner, you're thinking about the money they're going to pay you at the end of the month or the end of the year or the end of the contract and whatever end transactional, right? So if you want to go into almost every situation about life, it's just transactional. It's just transactional. It doesn't even matter how small it is or how small it looks or how big the other person is gaining. At the end of the day, everything about life is transactional. And that is what I was just saying when I said, life is transactional. Life is transactional in the sense that it's difficult to see somebody who's just doing something because they want to do it. Nope. Everybody on earth is doing something because they're expecting something in return. It's as simple as that. Now, somebody will say, oh, but some people, then they want to do it because it makes them smile. Yeah, if they don't do it, they don't get that smile, right? So that's their pay. That's the returns for them. Now, the difference is you can actually look at some of these things and be like, but do you want to really get plenty thing in money? Do you want to only just do it because it make you smile, it make you happy? These are two different people who value things differently. This other person probably because not get money, they value money more. The other person probably get money and everything, and the only thing they're looking for right now is that smile. So it doesn't really matter what this person is investing or that person is investing. At the end of the day, two group of persons are doing certain things and they come off happy. They come off happy. That's another thing we'll talk about happiness. We'll talk about this one some other day. So my point here is, hate it or love it, life is transactional. Life is transactional. Hate it or love it, life is transactional. And until we start think like that, then it will go take me now to the next thing I want to talk about. A good reason why you have to prepare yourself. Once you already understand say life be transactional, you already accept say life be transactional, you don't already acknowledge, you don't already see as it happen. Guess what? The next thing you have to start doing is preparing yourself for that. Um, Life hits different when you're intentional. Life hits different when you really know what you do and you do them, rather than when you just do things randomly or spontaneously or just do things haphazardly. Never really get a result. But when you really know, I'm talking about you knowing that life is transactional. So I have to package myself in a way that when these opportunities come, boom, I feel grab them. Does that explain why we get wash tonton them, where they just wash, dress very well, dress clean, cut their hair them, shave, do everything, keep clean teeth, spray good perfume, and this, that, and then they go out there and they are looking for who to prank on, who to prey on. They prepare themselves for the transaction. Does that explain why women, when they're growing up, they're learning how to cook, they're learning how to do this, they're learning how, I don't even know someone they go learn how to suck this thing and this, but they learn all these things and learn all these things. Why are they learning all of these things? They're building themselves, preparing themselves for the transaction. Does that explain why man get to work hard, man get to learn this thing, man get to do this, man get to find six pack, man get to find all of these things? They're preparing themselves for the transaction. Does that explain why people go out there and they build companies, wonderful companies, beautiful companies, and they have all these incentives? Oh, if you can't work for me, we will give you this, we will give you that, we will send you and your husband for vacation, for end of year, we will give you another bonus, and this. They're preparing themselves for the transaction. Does that explain why people go to school? They want all this certification, they want all these degrees. You see some man get 5 master degrees, some man get 5 doctorates, some man get this. They're building and preparing themselves for the transaction we will come tomorrow. So when that time come, they're actually the finest, they're actually the best placed, they're actually there for that position where no day where you turn them down. Wow. Now I understand why. So woman, they get like 5 men, and they call them sweeters, right? They get like 5 men the way they want married to, and they get to choose one. It means they don't prepare itself for way. He don't prepare itself for the transaction, for the level way. 5 people they be interested in that deal. 10 people they be interested in that deal. And then now, if you choose the one we like her, does this explain why you see some one man plenty get and Davido, plenty get and one thing, plenty get and one married and all of that? They get for choose now one, and that one na Chioma. Now the transaction that. What is it about Chioma? We make Davido say, you know what? I don't want to do one. I don't want to do one. I don't want to do one. I don't want. You realize Chioma actually built herself to a particular person. For when time for that transaction be reach, now Davido go choose them. I'm talking about the importance of after you knowing that life is transactional, knowing that there is nothing you're going to get if you don't invest. Nothing will come your way if you don't put in this and put in that. After you don't know all of that, then you get to start to really prepare yourself. You probably already prepare yourself, but you were doing that without the intention. You were not intentional about, I prepare myself. See, there's just something different about woman where all in life you don't prepare yourself for marriage. It's difficult for them to feel. If all your life you don't prepare yourself and say, I want married, you learn the things you will get for learn and do. It's difficult for you for never married. If you be man all your life, you don't prepare yourself and say, I want to be a millionaire, you would definitely have to be doing the things that will make you a millionaire. That's why I'm talking about intentionality, right? I'm talking about you building yourself intentionally, preparing for that transaction. What is the transaction for you? What is that transaction you're looking for? Take, for instance, me, one of the biggest transactions that I hope say it will come to realization someday, it's about Toridi. It's about Toridi becoming the biggest media platform around the world. Now, the question is, what do you need to get to that place where every other person will feel like this is the platform, this is the media? What are you doing as story day to get to that place? Now for day now again, for start invest, buy equipment, learn this, learn that, learn that, learn that. And then gradually you go to see this. So I prepare myself for that major transaction. Hate it or love it, it's a transactional world. Hate it or love it until you start to intentionally prepare yourself, align yourself. Remember, for Bible, some places of the Bible they say, I think some whom I be go wait for corner well, and because we go wait for corner well now for you they become backwater, and because they be backwater now for you, it begins some particular favor. You should say that woman be intentionally go position yourself for that corner well because of the two-way one time, because of the transaction way it won't get itself into. The woman with the issue of blood. There was a transaction between them and Jesus. But she needed to place herself somewhere. Even Jesus need to come for that town, for that transaction to happen. That is life. Hate it or love it, life is transactional. And until you start think that way, then you will start to gain society, or you start being intentional about preparing yourself for certain transactions. And then when that time comes, you'll already be prepared. And guess what? You will benefit exactly what you're looking for. Now, besides building yourself for these transactions, besides you actually investing in yourself for this transaction, besides you actually making all the necessary, one other thing you need to learn, or we need to learn how to do also, is identifying these transactions. If you actually prepare yourself for marriage, if you actually prepare yourself for marriage, so kind woman, if you identify, it could be a problem. If you need to identify saying that the thing do I want to prepare myself for, it will be no problem. If you need to identify saying that the thing do I even get for prepare myself for, it could be no problem, a very, very big problem. So in as much as you really, really don't build yourself and you even know which way you want them, you have to make sure say when it comes, because sometimes it will come in a funny package. It will come for packages the way you don't even believe, where you don't even know, where you don't even recognize them. So that grace or that gift for you to be able to identify the transaction we don't wait for, or the transaction when it will be life-changing. Again for the flow. So many people have missed their chances like that. Take for instance me. You understand? If I pull out my contact list and I show you the type of people I've been with, the type of people I've hung around with, the type of people I've done things with, sometimes I sit, I'm like, man, this was a wasted situation. This was a wasted opportunity. This was a wasted advantage. This was a wasted chance. I sit and I tell myself that I say that to myself all the time. Just imagine, say you get for meet Dangote, or randomly you just meet up Dangote, and then, hey, how you doing? This and that. Hey, what can I do for you? You understand? Problem day. But if you don't already identify somehow, say someday I will probably meet up some man like Dangote. Maybe you go ask me what I want to do. Maybe you go ask me what if you do for me. You don't probably pick up paper. You write down projects. You write down things. You put down a plan. You write until not enough find like when someone asks you, what can I do for you? You go to your pocket, you pull out a plan. I say, okay, you know what? I don't get the project now for like 10 years. I don't think about them. Now, from the beginning to the end of the project, they will need 10 million, and that's so we'll start, that's so we'll go, that's so we'll go this, that's so you shoot it to the end, we will make 50 million. Even if that person is stupid like how, he will look like, wow, this is a dream. I need to invest in this dream. But if I meet up Dangote today and Dangote say, hey, so how for you and this and that, and then I cannot even say anything that will make him feel like wow, or make him feel like I've invested enough in myself, waiting for this transaction. Like I don't invest enough for myself, waiting for this transaction. I know will feel gain anything from. At the end of the day, we'll just drink, maybe go dash me 500,000 or 1 million. You understand? Maybe you go just, and then it will end soon. A good reason why, once you realize a life is transactional, you start to build yourself towards every transaction where you want that, or every transaction where you encounter them. The next thing you get for start think about for identify them. So many people don't let their opportunities pass them by, me included. If I tell you that the kind of person I don't hang around, the people they even ask me, say, what you want me to do for you? Most of them, I like you. I like the way you think. I like the way you do your things. You are very calm. What can I do for you? Tell me what you want. I said, no, Johnny, thank you. I was really glad hanging out with you. Bro, you're stupid. You're nobody yet. You're telling somebody nothing. You cannot do anything. No. These are people who command millions of followers. These are people who command millions of dollars. These are people who, yet you look them in the eye and you say nothing. That is because you were never prepared. That is because you were never building for such transactions, for such opportunities. That was because you did not even think, you had never in your life even identified, even in your dream, that someday you'll be placed in that position. That was why you were never prepared. So identifying these transactions will only help you prepare for. Remember they say, what is that saying? I think it's success now when opportunity meets, I think, when opportunity come, you already be prepared. That is when success will follow. When opportunity come, you not be prepared. Trust me, you waste time. Now, 1 out of 1 billion persons where opportunity if come, they need to be prepared and then they grab them. But if you go look and find they were actually prepared, they were super prepared. So it's always preferable for you to, even before you meet these situations, this transaction, for you to don't already identify and even say ahead, okay, Sunday if you be, what if Nasako na my friend? What if Nasako can't come on today? And then what would the chop fish or something? I mean, say, okay, what do you think I fit do for you? Wait, I fit tell you. Not to know what when person says what he thinks I fit do for you. For instance, the other day I was asking a friend like, okay, what should you do now? They say they tell me. I say, so how you think I fit support you? I want to see the record send me some. Say, okay, I want this. 170,000. To be honest, now the kind way they send them, they bill on the list or wait till they want them. It just shows you, and as I ask you, you just write that thing for down and then send them for me for WhatsApp. Just imagine when I asked that question, he actually came up with an elaborate plan. Like, oh, Sako, I don't wait for this. There be no say Sunday you go ask me. Now my plan this. I will need 20 million now. This is how I plan to use that 20 million. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. 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 It can only happen if this person will already identify this transaction when they want to get that today, many weeks ago or days ago or years ago, and it already map out all the plan. So identifying these transactions, very, very important. Now, the person will be like, Sako, so you come up with life is transaction now. Why you choose to talk about this? And I'll be honest with you now. Elections come for October for Cameroon. I think 12 October. We get to vote a new president again. We don't get one for 43 years. Some people are complaining. So many people are complaining. Some people don't want this guy anymore. They have their reasons. Some people want him. They'll have their reasons. Transaction, right? For the man, transactionally, the man probably are not need to be again for the other man. No, business-wise, probably I need to be for that. I watched a video of Malox the other day, and he was saying, they what's how they ever take with me, they come on me, they go burn play, me they go destroy place, me they go do this, me they go do that. He said that people they increase. He said they only talk that thing because they not get property for Cameroon. He said with the investment we already make for Cameroon, where if you chop, sleep, a begin if you chop, sleep, you human and everything. He said the last way they wish right now, I see make Cameroon be chaotic. And he made a lot of sense. You understand? And when I talk about life is transactional, that is the thing. Why you there for the crisis? Oh, Cameroon off, oh, Cameroon battle, oh, Cameroon did this. So other man the way, he take advantage of that Cameroon way off, that Cameroon way bad, that Africa way do this, that, he make millions upon millions every week or every month or every year. Why some other people they should don't they say, oh, you need the worker, oh, this, that. So for the other man, now that because he need the worker, now he make it a millionaire be. So you think say why made the situation change? No. Nobody wants food taken away from their mouth, taken out of their mouth. That is how transactional life is. Like I said, the elections are coming. We don't see some other people they did for Unity Palace. We don't see some other one they come up for the other side. Oh, they did for Unity Palace. What are they going there to do? To negotiate for them, even before their people. But they'll tell you, I know we are there to negotiate for our people. We are there to negotiate. You understand? When that time will reach, they will take their vote, take their people their vote. go cast am for marry the feel say it go benefit them. Life is transactional. Hate it or love it, it is what it is. The elections wey dey come, I dey hear people dey talk. Most of the times you hear people speaking out of emotions. Oh, we don't want the man. Oh, we don't want the man. Oh, that man are who? Oh, no. Instead for them to use logic. And that's one other thing I want you guys to know also. When it comes to thinking about life and how transactional life is, move emotions, put logic. Every time when you use more of emotions for make decisions, you actually be the person who will be exploited. If you move emotions, you put logic, in 80 out of 100 cases, you could be the person who will actually exploit. No fear for exploit. That is what life is. When you go to buy, you're telling this guy, hey, this is how much? You say 100, so I will give you 70. Why not just give the 100? Or why you tell you 100, not just give 1,000? Why do you tell you give 70? Because for that transaction, you want to make sure you come out the winner. You want to come out the better person. You want to make sure for that transaction, you come out with bomb. You come out with something to make you feel like, hey, I really know how to do business. It is the same thing everywhere, including the election where they come. It is about who will benefit you first, even before your family and your friends and your community and your town and your village. No, it's about you first. The candidate who I want to talk about, or go, because that's exactly what every person is doing. For instance, if someone to say my candidate in a Kobia, and then I see some man candidate say, oh, why you support me? Oh, I just look at them, I'm like, you're so ignorant. You're telling him to not support Bia because of your own reasons. So for this transaction now, you did tell some mommy not support Bia because you know say him not supporting Bia, it will benefit the transactions with you want make them with maybe Camto or Yodi or some other person. Does that make any sense? That's the reason why you see people like Samuel, people like me, when we make a decision, it doesn't matter if 1,000 people then go on the other side. We stand our ground. We stand our ground because we know what we are going to benefit from that particular decision. Except some person really can explain and explain so well where it sway our reasoning, it sway our thinking. It make we start feeling, I think this other thing is far more better than what I was expecting. But at the end of the day, what has happened? There was a transaction and I feel like I'm benefiting from. So when people go out there and they're crying, oh, work no day, make sure so you get your certifications there. Make sure so you don't actually go to school. Make sure so you get everything intact. So by the day when that work comes, you will be one of that person that will benefit from the work. Maybe say they'll say work no day, go cry, work no day. And then they say, okay, work don't be now bring your certification. You say, I need for go school. Wait till the child for tongue and say, this election and many other things about our community. For the past how many years? For the past so many years, so many people don't treat them like business. So many people don't always treat them like a transaction. So many people don't always treat them like especially the politicians, right? For them, it has always been a business. Now, me and you don't always look like, oh no, the election, oh, why did it make so? Why did it? No, it is about their interests. You have to start thinking about your interests also, especially when everything what you do is law bound. It's by the law. We have to. We don't have any choice. We have to. This election, whether not football, whether not this one, and that if you ask any person why the community is this corrupt, if you ask any person why our community is so corrupt, it is simple. Because some group of persons already understand how transactional life is, and they want everything for themselves. Now, that is greed to an extent. It can be considered greed, but can you blame them? No, you don't really blame them. And the only part of the blame them also is because even though life is transactional, the thing that has to govern us all is meritocracy and honesty and sincerity, and you don't want to go for cheat. You understand? That is what is wrong, because that one not be illegal, that one not be wrong. You cheating to win, you cheating to acquire, you cheating to get, that one not going to happen. You get to treat life as it's transactional, but you have to be honest. No cheating. If you feel like you need more money, work your own work. If you need like, right? So this election, Many other things that go on for our community. Before you get yourself into, before you start to crack yourself in your head about, oh, come to, oh, didi, da, 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 da. All that people they do for diaspora, where they shout, say, oh, this man no do this, oh, that man no do that, oh, didi, da. Go bend and look and find. You see their interests. You see why they're actually investing so much time in doing whatever they're trying to do or in pushing certain narrative. Some of them, they already did for this week. If they are not coming with children, if you ever come back for Cameroon, or if they ever come back for Cameroon, like Longue, they ever go do public apology, beg, put their knees over that, say, beg, you remember just how many years ago, right? How many months ago? Longue be running up. Oh, I did for France now, they never do me nothing. Le commissaire Mbankou, le commandant this, Tamer this, yeah, this, that, insult up person. The guy on Shilo was his skin hot. He doesn't start make apology. Because he want to go back for Cameroon. So when he feel like I'm not interested in that Cameroon anymore, he go join the people the way they coach Cameroon, they insult Cameroon, he'll talk any kind of thing want to talk. When he realize say, "Habe, na ma land that to, na ma papa they land that to, na the way my placenta he switch," and that is what everyone is doing. A good reason why I'll tell you any day, anytime, somebody like me, when I don't already look and realize that my interest, this can actually benefit me this way, I stand my ground. And the difference between me and most other persons is I'm always honest. I'm always making sure whatever I'm saying or whatever I'm doing is by the books. There is a lot going on, and until we actually start treating most of these cases like business, like a business transaction, we will only continue to go down. Now, that's one thing I've discovered about America. One of the greatest things about America, the one thing that made America what America is today, is because America was built on that foundation of capitalism. Capitalism is money, making money. Capitalism is gimme. Capitalism is whoever has the best ideas, whoever can actually push certain ideas will get the most of the world, will get the most of, and you should never be enough. It should never be enough. That is the reason why America is the greatest country on the face of earth. With everything where they get them, they're still going out there and wanting to conquer. They're still going out there and wanting for more. The current president will get her now. If the money plans they go through between this now and the next 3 years, America will take some different level way una no go even believe. So new group of billionaires will emerge for America, where that billionaires will take America to another extent where it will be in a different level. But if you look at what he's doing right now, it didn't say he planned to not include some kind of people then. Yeah, he planned to include any man, every man, but for different strata, for different level. I know somebody argue me, somebody say, wait till you talk. I know it what they talk. I don't bend down, I don't look them. Because it's a transactional world, which you get for doing and find way align yourself. Find way, put yourself in position where whatever thing they're planning to do in 20, 30, 40 years, it will trickle down to you. It will benefit you somehow, and it will benefit your community, and you're picking them and this and that. There is always a legal way. There's always the right way to do all of these things. Like I said, even though we cry say Cameroon waffle, some Cameroon strong, Cameroon do this, that, too. In the last 10 years, we've had many more millionaires coming out of Cameroon from nothing. Begin the way that mommy and papa, they never get no money. They be working out of go school. They use one uniform from class 1 to class 7. So many of them don't become millionaires today. Because they be understand the concept of how transactional life be, and then they start to position themselves for where they will benefit. They start to build themselves, they start to equip themselves, they start to identify some of these transactions where they want to be part of. And then they build themselves and position themselves. And today, most of them are millionaires. I'm telling you guys from Cameroon. Most of them are millionaires from Cameroon. We see Cameroonian comedians and Cameroonian celebrities. They come for America, can't do their visit, can't do their small tour, can't do their DD. After that, they pack their bags, they go back for Cameroon. And then you say Cameroon no fine. You talk say no for Cameroon. Back in the days, it was difficult to see Cameroon and come here and then no, they come here, go them back. You see somebody like Molango Mongombe, this week he there for year. You want me 1 week, 2 weeks, ide Bafuboya. You want me did that, ide Florida. You want me did that, ide Germany. These are people who understood how transactional life is, and there's so many opportunities that are out there. They pick one, they build themselves for it, they fashion themselves for it, they craft everything about them. And what are they doing today? They're benefiting from that. They're benefiting from that. All they are looking for is opportunities, transactions. They are anticipating transactions that will come in the next how many years, and then just align themselves. I'll give you a simple example. Take some person like Asong, the guy who President Asong, I call it President Asong, the guy who was a presidential hopeful. This is somebody who's already showing keen interest in politics. This is somebody who is young. I think he's 36 right now. This is somebody who's already doing things, pushing himself out there. This is somebody who's educated. If you look at him, he's a complete package. If he continues the way he continues, in the next 5-7 years, he might become the minister of Cameroon. Even if he becomes president, if he becomes prime minister, if he becomes somebody, some big position. What are you doing actually right now? So when you don't become that person, maybe president or prime minister or vice president or whatever, what are you doing right now? We go make when you for that position, it go remember you. Look at Davido. Davido, they talk about how, you remember how many years ago when if you go sing for Don Jazzy in a Dibanch, so they send him go buy them burger. It take papa this thing go buy them burger, come back and this and that and that. Today, how many years later? I think 15 years later, Dibanch they can't sing for Davido in wedding. Some song where you don't Osute, no money even remember them. But it was a hit song. It was a good song. It's a good song for the event. You feel say Davido bring him can sing for them because of the song? No, because of the relationship. Because of how Dibanch don't position himself with Davido in life so many years ago. That was how he benefited from. And that is what life is. I know so many people today have access to so many people. Sometimes I sit with my friends and I call some kind of people them. My friend, they bother like, bro, how you do get out my number? So they demand the answer your call. I say, I've already positioned myself. Somehow I don't identify the transaction them. Somehow I don't identify this, that, and I build myself for. And today I'm taking advantage of. These are things we need to start teaching our kids. These are things we need to start shouting into our kids' ear. One of the things the way my family beget, I will not ever exploit them. I came from a family that was big. That is big. It was not even worse. A family that is big. Back in the days, my grandpa used to be a commissioner. Just imagine commissioner back in the days in the 50s, 60s, and things like that. So he was high up there. Maybe he had connection with the president and all that. Like, do you imagine? See, my grandma tell me sometimes he did the work more, but they want go. I think Nyaso so which they take a helicopter go Nyaso so and things like that. That was back in the days. It means my grandpapa and my grandmammy, we know some of all these names. They were call other names, them Foncha, them Endeli, them. These are people they used to hang out with and all of that. Now, because of my grandmammy mindset, the mindset of you need to work for anything you want. Not you know they will ever give. I don't ever send you to go me touch your mukete because I know he may find you work and this and that. She did not bother to build those relationships. She did not bother to stretch those relationships. She did not bother to actually introduce us to some of these relationships. You know, ever do them. And even when situation became we needed this person, we needed for her to call this person or do this or do that or do that, she would say nope. When I go solve on a problem, when I finally go solve on a problem, I remember one time, one of my cousins were locked up, and that time phone just can't come on. He go for trade fairs. One of these guys away, the one go sleepy, take his phone, I see they play with the phone. I don't know how he do it, broke the phone. On a way to do the phone go off. The guy holy say will pay the phone. The guy take that picking, go lock him for gendarme. Me and my late one of my other cousin we start thinking how we do. Go take Gary say na situation. Gary say, hey, no one did that. I tell my cousin, say, remember, Gary they ever cook me chop magogi procureur general. I don't know if that's the name, what they call them. Gary they ever send him magogi then chop. He will send magogi government delegate chop. He will send magogi chief chop. All the big people that we know for Kuma, SDO chop. Maybe that was her own way of introducing me to these people. He will cook, say, Magogi, SDO, he will cook, say, Magogi. All these people, they may know it. All these big people, them. So I tell my elders that, say, remember, say, Grammy, the ever say, we tell Grammy call, I think it was lawyer Ngasa back then, he be a procureur for high court meeting. Grammy say, nope, he need to call nothing, he no send that pikin me go spoil person phone. If na the situation that either we'll find money, go pay the phone, will bail or we'll leave it for day. I tell my elders that, say, me write letter, me write a small note, say, na Grammy send me give me my go give that procureur. And so my elder sister, she don't draft that note, draft and on behalf of my grandmammy. I go get that procure. I see it and so damn, he just take phone, he call gendarmerie. For those who they know gendarmerie, he did for that one for upstation. He just take phone call, say, may they release that pikin bring her for office, and before they want bring the pikin for office, may they come with the man way go lock the pikin. All this will happen at transactions, right? There's somebody needed to know, somebody who needed to know, somebody needed to know, and that was how the case ended. First of all, the pikin before they na minor. How you manage give minor your phone? So they be na one way, it spoil the phone and then you take it go lock. If it then a matter, so then the people start to beg, they apologize and they did that. I'm just saying this to say all of this. My grandmama did not even know about anything. But my grandmama did already anticipate, say, Sunday go be with my pikin will need the person that help and this and that. All I needed to do was introduce them to these persons. So every time when he cook chop, he say, I go give procureur. I think that time then mama lawyer Ngasa or something. I go give the mommy, they see my face, the mommy already know me. So it's a situation they say for some place, the mommy see me for they go say, when I move that one, when I leave that one, that's one. So because now I be take the letter, go give, he be recognize me, he be believe, and that's so he act, and then they move my small cousin for jail where they don't go lucky, and then they just squash the case because then the guy didn't press charges or anything. Because how did you manage give you adult? How did you give your phone to a teen, to a pikin? My cousin did that time 15, so 15 or 16. How you manage for that kind of time, say for night, how many you do hang out with that pikin and this and that. So if it can be now, probably the guy even start begging that big. What I'm just trying to say is, whether I would like or not, life is transactional, and so many transactions that exist. Whether I would like or not, we will find ourselves inside one or the other. If you not be for the part of this transaction, if you not be part of this transaction, you're part of the other transaction. And for every transaction, some person they receive, some person they give. It's difficult for really see transaction we all now come on 50-50. They feel it exists though, but I think it's difficult. The worst place will be now for not even understanding life is transactional, and that is what I see with Cameroonians right now. When you hear Cameroonians, they say, oh, maybe I get lift power, maybe I lift power. They don't overdo the. And you look at it, laugh. Who want take chop, move chop a mop to one for down and then go cry hungry? It can never happen. It can never happen. Either on a fine way, move them for day, or on a fine way, align on ourselves with them, and then on a two, start the chop. It can never happen. So until you guys start looking at life as transactional as every other person for that country, especially those who are successful, the way they look at life, then so many things will start change. Then you go start see the many opportunities that are around you. Then you go start see the many transactions that you don't be involved with and where they exploit you. Then you can start see many transactions in front of you where you can actually take advantage of. I tell people all the time, before you get into anything, whether in a relationship, whether in a business, whether in a wait, make sure you know exactly why you're getting into that thing. Make sure you know exactly what you'll be getting from that transaction. That way, once it stops coming, you move out. Try also to identify with the other person the gain from the transaction. Because sometimes you need to really accept that, okay, I want me the person exploit me. I want me the person use me. That way, even when they say that person they use you, you're just laughing aloud because you know, say that is what you are actually compensating for whatever you are getting. So, for instance, I dey throw this small corn, I know say at the end of the day I will cash fowl. I dey throw this small garri, I know say at the end of the day I will catch baby fish. For those who don't watch fishing, right? When they watch fishing, me, I'm actually a fisherman. So I always like to watch fishing videos and things like that, especially with the new technology and different ways people they fish now. You notice say the size of the fish you want catch them. Now you will determine the kind of bait you use them. If you use very small bait, it means you want catch very small fish. And back then I did not even know. I'll go catch fish. I did use small bait. I don't know, say that small bait this one, a small fish they will come for you. When you use BB bait, you technically tell the small fish, they say, no, you know fish swallow them. Leave them in a BB fish swallow them. So now BB fish you catch them. People the way they want catch shark. If you look their bait, now so their bait, they get na BB fish as their bait. So once you start think about how transactional life be, and knowing that for everything I want time, I need a bait, I need, you start prepare yourself. It will even help you, it will even guide you. For when you see some bait, where you see some small chap don't dress fine, you don't wear some short skirt, you don't leave some small thing in the show, you don't say, hey, I want drag me for some kind of transaction, one I don't want time, one I don't like him. You see how they think? You just don't even your inbox, you want to see some person just can send you some kind of picture, a did that. You want drag me for some kind of transaction where you no go help my life. That's how I think. So other transaction, they will bid, you just come house to be one car, you don't dress some way, you don't wear this thing, you don't wear that way, you look and say, okay, this kind of transaction so be I want them. You jump inside the transaction. You give your own energy, he give your own energy. Yep. No matter what, bottom line for this conversation. Bottom line for this conversation, I say life is transactional. Know it, try to understand it, try to dig into it, learn about it, prepare yourself for it, as in build yourself for the many transactions the way you will get into. You're already there for so many transactions, and now if one day if you go back, go look them, restructure them, rebrand them, make them against the way if you start benefit, fine. If one day they come, you go for start prepare yourself for, do just that. But no say life be very, very transactional. Before you get into any, ask yourself, what am I getting from this? Even when I go joke your friend, then joke or they go joke, so what are the gain from? Now it go help you start make certain decisions. No, I don't want to come on me today. I don't want to come on me today because tomorrow morning I get some really serious things. When I notice it all the time, them I never really be live, right? I never really do live them like that. Because I get some particular thing right now where I need them for my life. So I need my focus for that thing. I need to invest time for that thing. Not only invest physical, like spiritually, I get to prepare myself for the thing where I want and the month. That particular transaction. If I prepare myself very well, I go for the person will say that the thing you want them. But if you don't think about it like that, if you only just feel like, oh, and that is the reason why sometimes I don't like people who are too God, too Christian. I don't really like them. I don't really want to even be around them. That people, the way instead of put logic, they put their emotions. That people, instead of put logic, they put their feelings. Oh, God pray, God will do this. Oh, pray, fast for this, that God will do this. I don't always be like life is transactional. I think that way God don't make you know. Anything you want time, there's already a procedure, there's already a route, there's already a path for you to do what you have to do. And you get, if you want the money, do this, respect this, do the one, you will get money. If you want to find woman, if you want to find man, if you want anything you want them, there's already a path where people don't already create them to get to where you want to get to. Now, if you feel like you want to discover your own thing, you want to do some new thing, you want to come up with something when people never really do them, very good. You can actually still do that. But all this whole spirituality, all this emotional, you know, if you just sorry me, yeah, it's some people they talk. Me probably I just sorry Cameroon and they come on for cheer. Me probably I just sorry Cameroon and they come on for cheer. Me they just sorry come to give a make run for elections. That's not how life works. Never, it will ever work that way. That's not how life works. That's not how life works. There are things you're supposed to do if you want to become a presidential candidate. You do those things and you become a presidential candidate. If you do things that are contrary, you get kicked out of the race. Now, this is not me, I don't really get me pity, I don't really get me, oh, where, me they sorry, no, me they just levy, no. No, maybe I'm palava, me they just levy, because if you say me they just levy, now the same way they just left some people there for whole country where they not be qualified. So same people there for occupy certain positions where they not be qualified. So same people they give them work for government where they not be qualified. because say more use the emotions. Oh, na my family, oh, na my sister, oh, na my friend, me go school, and these things like that. No, if the doctor say na so the thing will be, if you don't pass the criteria, bro, stand for corner, move find another man. Go prepare very well, come back in 7 years. Life is transactional. Come to the already gain so many things from the whole situation already. First of all, your name already be popular. If begin their name already be popular, maybe they even get their small deals where they benefit from. Even na you picking that come out the other day, the defense CPDM. After Isha Chiruma, say we come out the defense CPDM and government. Vaz go see Ipa be for Ipa be na CPDM, Ipa na CPDM, but he say opposition at the same time. So all these people, not really matter who they are, whether the artists, whether the celebrities, whether all of them, every person is about their interests. Every person is about their interests. And you also should be about your interests. I am also about my interests. I might end this live viewing. People always, you always hear me talk about community, building community. You always hear me talk about, our community, building community. You see me go out there with my camera and do all these videos, go out there and record all these videos and edit them and post them and do all, invest so much time. For instance, like the last video I posted the other day, 1 minute 30 seconds. It took me about 8 hours to do that video. If I want to tell you how much I spend to do that video, I spend at least $700 to $900. Like if I want to pay myself for that time I use and go do that video and everything, about close to 1,000 something. We can put out a 1 minute 30 seconds video. If you actually sit out there and things are really be stupid enough for waste my time, so I want to do that video, waste my resources, I want to do that video and this and that, then you're not correct. If you think all of this is just about community building, then you're not correct. No, there is something I am gaining. Whether you like it or not, something they will at the gain them. I don't need to tell you. But no say something they will at the gain them. And that thing at the gain them, now ye be my driving force. Now make we don't do this now for more than 10 years. That thing at the gain them, that thing be so important. We have put all these millions try to put them doing what they do. I am not stupid. I am not stupid. I understand life is transactional, and if I ever get anything, I ever give something also for the community. These days, when I go to places, people recognize me, people walk up to me, and we talk about things, and we talk about this, and we talk about that. Hate it or love it, I understand how transactional life is. Even before I shake your hand, I get to think about the advantages and the disadvantages. So I make sure, I align myself with the advantages and never get any disadvantages because I gave you a hug. Hate it or love it, life is transactional. Build yourself. Identify these transactions. Anticipate these transactions. Build and build and build and build and build yourself again. And then someday, that opportunity will come and you will grab and I say, excuse me, you will grab and I say, you be the waiter. Yeah. I remember how I got to America. I met someone somewhere. Someone added me somewhere. Went in there, met someone, built a relationship with them. Down the road, the person helped me do this. Before you know, I was at this particular place in this, that. Before you know it, I am in America. Before you know it, I am doing what I'm doing now. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Started building Toride, doing this, doing that. Because of Toride, I no place where I did for my life. The next 5-10 years is going to only be wow, 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 wow. You see to Sakura do and wow. You see to Toride don't do and wow. You see wow, wow. It could be a wow, wow, wow. Because I will already identify all the transactions that will come in the future. I position myself, prepare myself, equip myself. And now it's not time for harvest. Again, life is transactional until you start understanding this. Then even when some person feel like they exploit you, you just they laugh, you not laugh. I know very well say that is what you want. You can grab it and leave. Because I know say as you dey take and dey go, I know wetin I dey gain. I know wetin I dey gain. These are lessons I learned when I was young and I was going out there to fish. I was going out there to hunt. I was going out there to look for arrow. I was frying gari to get paid and all of that stuff. Growing up in the village, I learned my lessons about how transactional life is. If I'm going to get anything, I should work for it. If I'm going to eat, I should work for it. If anything, you work for it. Remember, why you work for some others, they may they pay you, may they feed you, may they some other people they to work for you too, right? I'll see you guys on the next one. As you go out there, just remember life is transactional. Hate it or love it, it's transactional, and start looking at life like that. Every relationship, every no way to the gainer, no way to the other person the gainer. Because if you know way to the other person the gainer, if you actually give them more, right? If you actually give them enough, if you know see the person there for the relationship, which we need an emotional support, you need an this, that, that, you actually prepare and you give them enough of it. Now win for them. The same way with the person know which we need, and also they feel prepare themselves, they give you enough of it. More stop all the oh no, if not for love for you, then fine. But we have to be honest with us about certain things. We have to be honest with us about certain things. Know the truth and carry out the transaction in a very professional way. Will benefit both parties. Thank you very much. How good you do me.